Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I've been on here, so I wanted to do a tutorial based on the Too Faced chocolate, the semi-sweet chocolate palette that I got. So I'm using mostly Too Faced products in here, and we'll just jump right into it. So for starters, I'm using the Too Faced eyeshadow, the 24-hour eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to prime the eyeballs, so that way the shadows will actually stand out a little bit more when I apply them. Since I'm starting with the eyes, I'm going to be applying some Scotch tape to the corners of my eyes to create the line that I want, and I take it and I apply it to the back of my hand so that way it doesn't hurt when I take it off on my eyes later, because the skin is really sensitive there. And I'm going to be jumping right into the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette. I'm really excited. It's the first palette I've ever owned by Too Faced, and I'm going to be using the lightest shade right up here, and I'm going to be applying that all over the lid. Now I'm taking the shade right next to that light shade, and I'm going to be applying this in the crease. You're going to see here I'm applying 3 different shades from the palette into the crease to keep building up that color. So when I get that main color, it just stands out the most. So you'll kind of see it's kind of repetitive. I apply shadow in the crease and I keep building it like 3 different times. You'll see what I mean. Now this is the final like transition all over shade. It's the color Peanut Butter, if I'm not correct. It's a really, really beautiful orangey brown color, and this is the final main one. I'm obsessed with this color, and I later will apply this to the lower lash line as well. For the all over lid color, I'm taking this one right here. I cannot remember the name of it. And what I do is I use my Josie Marin Rose mist spray, and I spray it onto the brush. The shadow is already on the brush itself, then I spray it, and then I apply this to the lid. You could use like Max Fix Plus or water if you want. I just find this easier for me. It just gives the extra, it gives the extra pigment to the shadow when you apply it. It makes it stand out a little bit more. Now we can go ahead and remove the tape. I was actually struggling here for a little bit to take it off, and then I noticed that on my left eye the line wasn't quite the same to the right, and so I actually decided to blend it out a little bit later. You can see I'm analyzing it like, I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it. So I just kind of blended everything out to make it not so harsh and make it a little bit more even. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is an amazing mascara. I really want to try their waterproof mascara, but if you haven't tried this yet, I really highly suggest you do. It is an amazing mascara. It makes your eyelashes go like va va voom. Alright, now we can move on to the face, and I'll go back to the eyeballs later. For primer, I'm using the Becca Matte Primer. I've been really oily lately because it's getting hotter here in California, so this keeps my face extremely matte like none other. And I'm going in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and I'm just using a beauty blender to buff this all over my face. For concealer, I'm using the Kat Von D Lockitt Tattoo Concealer. This has the best coverage of all time. I'm using this to highlight as well on my forehead, nose, and chin, just to kind of even out my face and my skin tone, so I'm not just one bland color. set my concealer, I'm using the Wet n Wild Contour palette. The highlight powder in here is amazing, and the product is only $5. Seriously, this powder is so... I'm just gonna let you guys watch. It's just, I can't get over it. Now I'm going to add and fill into my brows a little bit with the IT Cosmetics brow pencil. I'm just using the spoolie to smooth out the hairs, and then the actual pencil, I'm going to fill it in just a tad. To set the rest of my face, I'm using the Coty Airspun Loose face powder. No surprise here, it's amazing. I've talked too much about it. For contour, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. I'm using the middle shade right here. I'm just going to be carving out my cheekbones, forehead, chin, and the nose with this. For bronzer, I'm using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. If you haven't looked at it yet, I mean, the smell alone will sell you. It smells like tropical coconut, like you're lying on the beach with a daiquiri in your hand. It's amazing. Now for blush, I'm using the Too Faced Flush Blush in Justify. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, Justify. Just to warm up the cheeks a little bit. And then I'm going to blend out everything once I'm done applying the blush. For highlight, I'm using the Pixy by Petra highlight in Rose Gold. Just the highlight portion, not the blush. The highlight is super, super pretty, and I'm just going to be highlighting all the parts of my face I want to highlight. If I could cover my face in this, I totally would. Now this is where I'm taking that shade called Peanut Butter and I'm putting it on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to be buffing out with just a fluffy blending brush. Any brush really, you could just fluff it and buff it, whatever you call it. Yeah, buff it out. And then the Better Than Sex mascara, I'm just putting it on the lower lashes as well. For lips, I'm using the LA Girl liner in Natural, I think. Yes, that is a Shopkin on the end of my liner. I'm like Graveyard Girl. I love Shopkins. I think this is called Natural. I'll double check it, and I'll have all the details in the bottom box below, or the bottom bar, whatever you want to call it. For lips, I'm using this L'Oreal Infallible. It's like a pro matte lipstick, and the color is in Nutmeg, and everyone says this is a dupe for Lime Crime Cashmere, which I don't have. It's just a nudie brown color. It's really pretty. And that is it for this final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe or give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!